Hi. So, since I'm having success with some of my lifestyle changes that I'm making in terms of eating healthier, making sure that I'm eating more fruits and vegetables every day, and also making sure to exercise, that is more or less consistently being maintained in my life. And so, I thought that I'd turn my attention to some of the other areas that need help. I have a whole program of self deprogramming that I have planned this year, and these two were two of my top goals on my list. But then I have many others, of course, and the list continues to grow every day. But one of the next goals that I want to address is to get back to reading more. I used to love reading. I used to read all the time. You would always find me with a book, hidden in my bed, under the covers, reading from way, way, way back when I started with Mills and Boons and fairy tales. I used to love fairy tales. And to today, I really like nonfiction, and I also like some fiction that has less of a shock value type of storyline. So anyway, I started my reading sometime towards the end of the year last year with my first novel that I'd read for a long time, which was Americana by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. And I really, really loved it. I just loved her writing style. I loved the way that she presented the stories. I loved how she weaved in the blogging process. I didn't necessarily agree with some of the points that she made. I know one of them was the idea of not knowing that you're Black, because she's from Nigeria, the author Chimamanda, she's from Nigeria. And having come to the US, she had to deal with the idea of being Black, which she had never been presented with before. And I think I understand the idea behind it, but really it's not true. We know the color of our skin because we were colonized just the same way as the people were brought over and enslaved. And so there's no doubt that we know that the white man is king in our land, and we are subsequently second-class citizens. And so that idea, I think, has been conflated a bit, and I wish that she'd address them. Even in her interviews, I went and searched her online and found all her interviews, a lot of her interviews, and she kept making this point. And I really, really wish she'd address the idea that it's not that we don't know that we are a different ethnic group or that we're different from the Caucasian colonizers, but it really was an idea of, in America, there's a specific identity of being Black, like the term, the word. And if you're walking around in Nigeria or Kenya or Zimbabwe or South Africa or Ghana, you're not walking around saying, I am Black, because everybody is the color of the skin that you are, pretty much. So then you use other terms like your ethnicities and your cultural group, etc. But if you have someone who came from a Caucasian European come to Ghana and they're standing next to a Ghanaian person, there's a word in Ghana that's used for Caucasians from Europe, and they're called blofo. Blofo is the white man. So if there is white, then there's the other opposite of white. So I wish that she'd address that a bit more, that it's not really about not knowing that you're Black, but it's just that you don't identify yourself with that term specifically. So anyway, long story short, I know this is not supposed to be a review of Americana, but my next book was another one of hers that I wanted to try, and that was Purple Hibiscus. This was apparently her first book, I think. And it's actually labeled as a teen. It's categorized in the library as a teen book, which is interesting because it was very, very interesting to me as an adult, with some themes that I thought were very adult themes. So yeah, I finished this book in like 2 days. I started reading it yesterday. I couldn't sleep, and then I finished it this morning when I couldn't sleep. So it was I really love the writing, the descriptive elements that she used. She's very, when you're reading her books, you can really, really get a sense of the environment and the colors and the smells and the foods So I really enjoyed it. So now I'm looking for my next book, and that's where I'm starting to search through YouTube to see what reviews people are putting forward for certain books that they're reading. I have in the past stayed with nonfiction biography type books, which I just love to learn from other people's experiences, but I am exploring more the fictional world, and so I'm just asking for some reviews or some suggestions on some books that have really impressed people who might come across this video and who want to suggest certain titles to me, or even some other YouTube channels that talk about books. So thought I'd come and say hi and move forward with my next goal. I have many other goals, and so each of these videos are going to explore how I'm trying to achieve my new focus on my connected lifestyle, which includes opening my horizons. Okay, bye.